Good morning. In 1960, Connie Francis had a #1 hit. It stayed #1 for a number of weeks on the charts. Everybody's somebody's fool. And think about it a minute. It's true. Think about there was another song, Why Do Fools Fall in Love? Falling in love sometimes makes it, both men, especially men, but men and women act very foolish. And we become somebody's fool. But in 1 Corinthians 1:18, Paul said, For the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness, but unto us which are saved it is the power of God. So why is it foolishness to the ones that are perishing? Well, because simply they have no capacity for God or the things of God. That's why David wrote in Psalm 14:1, the fool has said in his heart, there is no God. And then he reiterated it in Psalm 53:1, the fool has said in his heart, there is no God. And by the way, I've covered it well before, but just to touch on it, that's why Jesus said, But I say unto you that whosoever is angry with his brother without cause shall be in danger of the judgment, and whosoever shall say to his brother Raca shall be in danger of the council. But whosoever shall say, Thou fool, shall be in danger of a hellfire. Matthew 5:22. Now why did Jesus say that? Because literally, if I say to you as my brother, you're a fool, I am making the judgment you have no capacity for God. And that, judging is bad enough. But that, Jesus put a exclamation mark on, that is horrible. To call a brother or sister a fool. And you see it all the time. You see it on Facebook. But anyway, in 1 Corinthians 1:23, Paul said, But we preach Christ crucified, unto the Jews a stumbling block. Why? They were fools looking for a coming king without interpreting Isaiah 53 and from 46 and 53 correctly, that first he was going to come as a suffering servant, then later he would come as a conquering king. Then he went on to say, and to the Greeks foolishness. You see, the Greeks were fools for philosophy and knowledge and man's critical thinking. They were fools for it. This is why Paul wrote in Romans 1:22, professing themselves to be wise, they become fools. He was talking about people who make false gods and so forth, but this is anyone that puts anything in place of God, separating them from God, being a fool, not having capacity for God. They may talk about their wisdom. I teach at this Ivy League college, I have 5 doctorates and blah, blah, blah. But all of their actions show that they are fools. Then in 1 Corinthians 1:25, because the foolishness of God is wiser than men, and the weakness of God is stronger than men. Wow. Foolishness of God is far wiser than men. In 1 Corinthians 1:27, but God has chosen the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. By the way, that in part speaks about you and me. We're the foolish things. And God has chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. That again speaks of us. But then Paul concluded with 1 Corinthians 4:10, we are fools for Christ's sake, but we are wise in Christ. We are weak, but we are strong. We are honorable, but we are despised. Everybody's somebody's fool, as Connie Francis sang. We must be fools for Christ's sake. Not for Satan, not for man, but for Christ's sake. God bless.